Hello, this is Representative Rick Larson, Ranking Member of the House of Transportation and Infrastructure. This Black History Month, T&I Democrats are celebrating the trailblazers who used transit to mobilize the nation in support of the civil rights movement. Keep watching to learn about these impactful leaders and movements.
Maggie Lena Walker was the first woman, white or black, to establish and become president of a bank in the United States, the St. Luke Penny Savings Bank in Richmond. In 1904, Walker was one of the organizers of a boycott that protested the Virginia Passenger and Power Company's policy of segregated seating on Richmond streetcars. The boycott was so successful that the Virginia Passenger and Power Company went out of business within the year, paving the way for future inclusive transportation.
The Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters, the first black labor union to be affiliated with the American Federation of Labor, fought to improve the working conditions and treatment of black railroad porters and maids employed by the Pullman Company, a manufacturer and operator of railroad cars. The BSCP drew attention to the fact that segregation and racism were linked to an unfair distribution of wealth and power across the United States.
The Women's Political Council was a civic organization for black women in the city of Montgomery, Alabama. In 1955, the WPC played a pivotal role in the launch of the Montgomery bus boycott, when members of the WPC printed 35,000 leaflets on the night of the arrest of Rosa Parks and helped distribute them to black residents over the next few days. The flyers called for a one-day boycott that was a huge success and built the momentum for the boycott.
When Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a segregated bus, her act of defiance ignited a powerful movement in Montgomery. This movement inspired local leaders to launch a 13-month boycott on the Montgomery public buses, ultimately leading to a Supreme Court decision that declared bus segregation unconstitutional. Throughout the boycott, Rosa Parks played a pivotal role in organizing the community, organizing taxi services and walking groups to ensure that community members could continue commuting to work.
When the Supreme Court ruled that segregation of interstate transportation facilities was unconstitutional, their ruling was not upheld. That's why in 1961, student activists in Chicago launched the Freedom Rides. These rides brought together civil rights activists from around the country who traveled through the Jim Crow South. They attempted to use whites-only restrooms, lunch counters, and waiting rooms to challenge the lack of enforcement of the Supreme Court's decision. Over the next several months, the Freedom Riders faced violent opposition in the Deep South. But under pressure from the Kennedy administration, the Interstate Commerce Commission finally issued regulations that prohibited segregation in interstate transit terminals.
Thanks for joining us to celebrate the trailblazing women and men who fought for equal access to our nation's transportation. To honor their work, T&I Democrats continue fighting to make our nation's transportation system cleaner, greener, safer, and more accessible for everyone.